Hello and welcome to Cannon Coffee Espresso Machines. Today we're going to show how to fix leaking safety valve slash vacuum release valve. That's this valve right here. And the first method, which will often fix it, is that you just tap it a little bit. You can use a spoon, you can use a little wrench, but just tapping it some will put the valve back in position because it's out of place. So that's the first way to fix it. But you also need to make sure that your machine is not overheating. So if your machine is overheating, it's also going to cause it to leak. And this fix is not going to work. So how do you know if it's overheating? You can install a pressure gauge. You can buy a pressure gauge for your machine. You also need an adapter. Or what I do is I have my own pressure gauge that goes on the top here for testing purposes. This one came from Pavoni. It was really crazy expensive. So I recommend probably installing a pressure gauge here. Or you come to us and we can test it out for you. So how do you remove it? You need to use a 16 millimeter wrench for the bottom. This is a bike wrench. It's thinner than most wrenches because it is hard to get in here. So I recommend finding a thinner wrench to get in there. And you need to hold the bottom. So then when you hold the bottom, you can unscrew the top. And I just removed the cap. All right, so this is the new type of the new type of valve that Pavoni uses. The way I was showing you is how to remove the old style valve. This is the new style. The new style is on the machine. One of my colleagues I had installed this before, so I hadn't done it yet, so I had to teach myself. It looks like there's a special tool that's used to get this on and off. But once you remove the cap, which you would scratch if you were going to use this pliers, so you don't want to use a pliers on the cap, but you can use it here. You get on the edge, and you remove. And if this bottom part starts to move, then you need to get your bike wrench, your 17 millimeter bike wrench, 16 millimeter bike wrench, and hold it. So we remove like this. And there you see the fitting. And then we install the new one. I'm just going to install the same one over again. Well, I'll test it. What the heck? I'm going to test this one for the customer. So you're probably going to need a little Loctite or plumber's tape on this one to prevent it from leaking. Here in the shop I would normally use Loctite, but I realize a lot of people out there don't have Loctite. So what I do is I would just put a little thin layer here, trying not to have any stuff sticking out where you can see it, because it's, it's not the ugliest thing, but it's the Teflon tape is not pretty either. So then I'll put this piece back on, and then you can see this one got bent a little bit. This is a old machine of mine. And then I'm going to hold this piece, get it in place, and then I will you can either use an adjustable wrench or you can use 17 millimeter. 17 millimeter is going to be give it a little bit more finesse. And I like to position this so that it'll drip. If it drips when it's heating up, which it will often do, because you get a little water in there, in the coming out of the valve when you first turn the machine on for a little bit, before the vacuum release valve closes. And there you go, nice and tight. Okay, so now we're up to pressure and no leaking from the valve. And you can't see the Teflon tape either. So thank you for watching with Canon Coffee. Please like our videos below. If you'd like to study more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.